I speak to you now without delay, and I do not speak in riddles, because the hour is not for riddles but for clarity. I am the one who formed you, the breath within your breath, the light under your eyelids before morning, and I say to you, be still, and listen. I have seen the footsteps that circle your life when you are not looking. I have watched the hands that pretend to help you hold your ladder while secretly kicking the rung. I have counted the conversations carried out in rooms where your name is a currency, where your kindness is weighed and traded like a coin, and I have measured the distances between what is said to your face and what is whispered when your back turns. Nothing that is hidden from you is hidden from me. I place this word into your spirit like a key that fits a locked door, and it will open what needs to be opened, it will expose what needs to be exposed, it will end what needs to end, and it will begin what must finally begin. Archangel Michael stands at your threshold because I have commanded him to stand there. He is not at your door to frighten you but to guard the crossing, to make the shift from confusion to clarity, from delay to movement, from manipulation to mastery. I have placed a sword in his hand, and the sword is truth, and it is sharp enough to divide appearance from reality, loyalty from convenience, fruit from leaves. He does not swing wildly, he separates. He does not shout. He announces. He knows where to cut and what to keep. And he has been watching, listening to your breath, counting your tears in the night you didn't tell anyone about, keeping a record that is not vindictive but precise, so that when I say now, he acts without hesitation, and when I say wait, he waits without complaint. This is the now. Behind your back, there has been a weaving of stories with your name knotted into them like a thread never meant to be seen. I have watched it all, the small agreements that seemed harmless, the favors that carried secret invoices, the laughter that sounded light but was heavy as a chain. Some who claimed to stand with you learned to stand on you. Some who clapped for you were timing your fall. Some who sat at your table pocketed your spoons and said they were souvenirs of friendship. You did not see this clearly because your heart is good and your eyes are generous, and generosity is a lens that makes shadows look like shade, but I am the one who separates light from darkness, and I am adjusting your vision with a holy calibration. Your kindness will not be stolen from you, but it will be stewarded with wisdom. Your open door will not be closed from love, but the hinges will be strengthened, and there will be a watchman, Michael, standing where before there was only trust without discernment. Hear me, the serious thing happening is not meant to break you but to graduate you. This is not ruin, it is removal. This is not disaster, it is disclosure. I am not showing you what lurks behind you so you will live backward in suspicion, but so you can step forward with accuracy. When my light enters a room, everything screams to be seen or else it flees. Either way, it can no longer hold your time hostage. Your time has been taxed by conversations you didn't choose and dramas you didn't write, and I, the author of days, am reclaiming the pages. Where others tried to scribble your margins with their opinions, I pull a new sheet and set the line, and I write your future with ink that does not smudge. There is someone whose words come to you coated in concern, but they are seasoned with control. Their advice offers shade but steals sunlight. Their help slows you to a pace that fits their comfort. They speak blessing but budget your joy. I am unmasking this theater. I am cutting the string that lets them pull what should only be moved by my wind. You will not be cruel, you will not be hard, but you will be clear. Clarity is not cruelty. Boundaries are not betrayal. I am teaching your hands the posture of open yet guarded, warm yet watchful, generous yet guided. I am making your yes powerful again by restoring your no. There is another who wears the uniform of agreement without ever enlisting. They stand near the victory to borrow the fragrance but leave when it is time to carry weight. I am gently but decisively repositioning them. The chair they occupied without covenant is being freed for those who arrive with assignment, not appetite. Expect resignation letters you never asked for. Expect silence where you once heard constant noise. Expect a new seating chart in your life. Do not panic when familiar faces rotate out of proximity. I am curating your circle with the excellence of a master builder. I know what beams are load-bearing and which are decorative. I am replacing decor with structure. The truth that approaches is not a bomb, it is a door. It will not explode your life. It will open your life. Your fear imagines catastrophe, but my word initiates construction. I bring you facts that heal, not rumors that harm. There will be an admission that reaches you, a confession that interrupts a routine day, a message that glides into your hands with the weight of resolution. You will feel it in your bones when it comes, because you will feel the air change. Archangel Michael will be close then. Feel the steadiness in your chest, that is his standing order. Do not react, align. Do not rush, receive. Do not broadcast, build. The truth is not an event to post but a foundation to pour. You are not going to win an argument, you are going to occupy a new place. I have long been preparing you for greater stewardship, and stewards cannot be tangled. What tangles is not always wicked. Sometimes it is simply unassigned. A vine grows beautifully until it knots the gate. I am pruning the lovely in favor of the fruitful, and though you felt the cut as loss, it was shape. What once made you feel busy made you feel needed, but busyness is not belonging. The path I have for you narrows to focus and then widens to harvest, and you are in the narrowing now, not as punishment but as precision. Michael trims the edges, I set the line, you walk the center. I am sending resources that do not require your dignity as down payment. I am sending allies who don't fear your growth. I am sending opportunities that do not ask you to underprice your experience. This is why I am revealing what has happened behind your back, because forward requires light. If you knew how close you are to a gate that opens only when you are carrying the right weight, you would bless me for everything that drops off now. Some attachments are too heavy for altitude. The higher you go, the more even small weights feel like anchors. I am not taking people away from you, I am taking limits off you. Those who are truly yours will rise with you without needing you to shrink. There shall be 3 signs that my word is moving. First, a repeated phrase will reach you from 2 unrelated sources in the same day, and when you hear it, do not dismiss it. It is the code I set to confirm alignment. Second, something you lost will return in an unexpected form, an idea revisited. A contact revived, a file reappearing just when you need it, and with it will come a calm certainty that I never waste a detour. Third, a delay that frustrated you will suddenly clear like fog in wind, and you will not have to push, you will simply proceed. These signs are not tricks, they are mile markers. They are not for superstition, they are for steadiness. You have dreamed of living unafraid of the room. I will give you this, courage that arrives quiet and stays. You have wanted to speak without tasting apology on your tongue for merely existing. I will give you this, words weighted with grace and truth, sentences that land like anchors in storm. You have wanted joy that is not rented by the hour but owned by the heart. I will give you this, a joy that wakes with you and does not ask permission to remain. This is why exposure must precede expansion. I will not build an upper story on a floor that creaks with secrets. I love you too much to let you keep walking with nails under the carpet. Archangel Michael is already rearranging your routes. Places you frequented out of habit will feel strangely unfitting, as if the chairs are a little smaller and the table a little lower. This is not nostalgia playing tricks. It is the soul recognizing that the room's assignment in your life has ended. Do not force a return to a season I have concluded. Do not rehearse old performances for an audience I have released. New rooms await you, rooms where your name is not a bargaining chip but a blessing, where your skill is not borrowed until empty but honored with increase, where your vision is not trimmed to fit someone else's frame but given the wall it requires. When you step into these rooms, you will recognize me not because the decor is sacred but because your spirit will settle, and your mind will stop calculating how to remain valuable. You will simply be, and being will be enough. You will feel the old fear try to sit in the back row of your mind and raise its hand. It will say, "What if telling the truth costs too much?" It will say, "What if stepping away leaves you alone?" It will say, "What if exposure multiplies conflict?" And I say to you, the truth that I bring pays its own bill. The step that I order never leaves you without company, the host of heaven moves with you. The exposure I author reduces conflict by removing the weapons hidden in friendly pockets. Michael is not just a warrior, he is a keeper of peace, and peace is not the absence of noise but the presence of order. I am ordering your life. I am ordering your decisions. I am ordering your atmosphere. Do not weaponize this word against anyone. Do not hunt for villains. Do not go searching for betrayal like a miner for ore. I will show you what you need to see when you need to see it, and even then. It is not for vengeance but for vision. The people I remove I can also redeem, but redemption does not always require your proximity. Release them to me, and release yourself from the courtroom in your head. I will be the judge. You be the builder. Take the materials I am delivering, clarity, courage, boundaries, focus, and construct the next platform of your assignment. When the wind tests it, it will not sway. You have asked me why the timing seems so exact, why everything converges now. Because delay has exhausted its usefulness. Because you have learned what patience could teach, and now you must learn what momentum can reveal. Because the door that opens is synchronized with other doors. People in other places who have been aligned without you knowing. They will arrive as if by coincidence. It will not be coincidence. It will be orchestration, and Michael knows the score. When he signals, move. When he quiets, listen. When he urges, answer. You will not miss it. Your worry that you often miss moments is a lie absorbed from seasons when you were trying to serve two masters, my voice and their opinions. That tug of war made every decision feel like a guess. I break the rope. Your ear is mine again. In the days to come, simplify your altar. Remove the clutter of rituals that feel holy but drain you. I delight in your devotion, but I did not design you to prove love by exhaustion. Sit with me as you are. Speak plainly. Breathe. This is how I strengthen your spine, not by endless striving but by continuous abiding. From that quiet, you will see more clearly what stands behind you and what moves before you. You will catch the flicker of agendas trying to recruit you, and you will smile and step aside. You will feel invitations that are really cages and decline them without guilt. You will recognize the oil on certain names and follow the favor, not the noise. There is a place I am leading you into where compensation aligns with contribution, where honor aligns with effort, where time aligns with outcome. It is not fantasy, it is stewardship. This is why the truth must visit you now. A half-truth can drag for years what a whole truth ends in a day. I am giving you courage for whole truths. You will say them kindly, and you will say them once, and then you will live them. Those who cannot walk with your lived truth were never meant to hold your lived future. Release them and bless them. Keep walking. I will put a song in your mouth again, not one of grasping but one of gratitude. You will rise with expectation that does not choke you. You will sleep without bargaining with tomorrow. You will forgive without reopening the door to disorder. You will move your chair from tables where deceit dines and sit at the feast I have prepared in the presence of clarity. Those who remain will be those who love you beyond what you can offer them. Those who arrive will be those who carry what you cannot carry alone. Those who leave are not your enemies, they are your teachers in the curriculum of release. Honor the lesson, and close the chapter. I place my hand now upon your mind to quiet the storm of replay. You will not rewatch every conversation. You will not relitigate every laugh. You will not keep the museum of moments where you felt foolish. I am your God, I am not curating a gallery of your mistakes. I am planting a garden of your becoming. Michael stands at the gate of that garden with a sword that is also a trowel, with the blade he cuts deceit, with the handle he helps you turn the soil. Together we plant a season that won't be stolen from the back door. Integrity will be the fence. Wisdom will be the lock. Joy will be the light in the window that tells you you're home. I bless your feet to walk the right corridors and skip the wrong rooms. I bless your hands to grip the right tools and release the wrong burdens. I bless your tongue to speak life and closure in equal measure. I bless your eyes to see what pretends and what is. I bless your nights to repair you and your mornings to reveal you. I bless your name to be pronounced by those who are meant to find you, and forgotten by those who tried to misuse you. I bless your past to become instruction and not prison. I bless your future to become present without the panic of performing. I wrap you in a mantle of unbothered focus. I fasten on you a belt of truth that will not slip when flattery tugs. I crown you with a calm that insults chaos by simply existing. The serious thing happening behind your back ends today, because the back is not your direction. The forward is your portion. The new is your address. The door is opening, not into noise, but into knowing. Michael is already turning the handle. Breathe. Step. Do not announce, advance. I, the Lord your God, go before you, behind you, within you. I have prepared the room, the table, the page, the hour. And I say to you now, with love that corrects and love that carries, rise, gather what is truly yours, and move with me. I am speaking to you now because I see what you cannot see, and I have loved you through every silent hour where you felt alone and misunderstood, and I refuse to let the darkness that has circled your life take one more step forward without being challenged by the light I place inside you. You are not reading this by accident. You are not drifting here like a leaf in the wind. I drew you here because something serious has been moving behind your back, quiet hands arranging quiet things, long whispers pretending to be friendship, and intentions that cannot stand in the open sun. I am shining the lamp now. You will not be blindsided. You will not be overtaken. You will not be treated as if your heart is an open door for every unclean plan. I am placing a line of fire around the edges of your life, and that fire is discernment, courage, and a sudden clarity that makes hidden motives stand up and confess themselves without you saying a word. You have wondered why your spirit feels restless in rooms that used to feel safe, why your stomach twists when certain phone calls arrive, why your sleep breaks at the same hour with the sense of an invisible knock. That is not your imagination. That is me waking you because I am ready to rewire the story and move you out of agreement with what is secretly draining you. There is a person who smiles at you but studies you, who praises you but pries for information, who offers help but counts what you owe them in invisible ink. They do not realize that every calculation they make is already known to me. I am not exposing them to humiliate them, I am exposing them to liberate you. You have given beyond your strength. You have been generous in a way that heaven recorded and hell resented. Now I am recovering your wasted time and your lost focus. I am teaching your heart to close the door gently but firmly, without apology, because not every knock deserves an answer, and not every tear deserves your shoulder. Listen to my voice and not to fear. I am not giving you a warning to terrify you but to empower you. I am not telling you danger is near, I am telling you that danger is already defeated by the word you are reading now. Archangel Michael has been standing at your back, sword drawn, waiting for your consent to act. Your consent is in your courage to choose truth over habit, light over loyalty to the wrong people, peace over being useful to the ones who never protect you. When you take a single step in that direction, my angel moves. The pressure behind your eyes eases. The buzzing in your spirit dissolves. A conversation arrives that clarifies what you suspected. A message slips into your hand that shows you exactly where your trust has been misplaced. This is not coincidence, this is orchestration. I am timing the unveiling so you are never embarrassed, so you do not need to argue, so you do not need to prove anything. You will simply see, and once you see, you cannot be manipulated again. There has been a plot against your confidence, a slow erosion of your self-belief by comparison spoken as jokes, by advice that always makes you smaller, by urgency that never gives your soul a chance to breathe. I am cutting those cords now. I am reaching into your history and pulling out the thorn that made you accept crumbs while calling them bread. I am pouring balm on the wound that taught you to apologize for existing. You will not apologize anymore for wanting joy, for requiring respect, for expecting reciprocity, for valuing your time. You will notice the shift in the way you place your phone face down and walk away without explaining yourself. You will notice how you answer questions with fewer words because you now recognize the kind of questions that are fishing nets, the kind of smiles that are doors to rooms you do not need to enter. You will feel it like a quiet strength rising from your spine to your shoulders, like air entering places in your chest that have been tight for years. Do not be surprised when the truth arranges itself in front of you through small accidents that are not accidents. Screenshots that were not meant for you will land where your eyes can see. Stories told about you in secret will echo back in the unguarded phrases of a person who thought you would not catch the pattern. A paper trail will reveal its beginning and its intention. And the fog that has hovered around a certain relationship will blow away in one gust. I am not doing this to make you bitter. I am doing this to make you free. If you choose bitterness, you chain yourself to the very thing I am unlocking. If you choose freedom, you step into a new season where your boundaries are not walls of fear but gates of wisdom, where love is not performance but presence, where your yes and your no are instruments of peace. I am also speaking to you about timing. There has been a delay that was not denial, it was the necessary pause while I shifted the furniture of your life so that when the blessing arrives, it has a home. You asked for expansion, but expansion without order becomes chaos. I have been putting your inner rooms in order, stacking truths where lies used to live, shining light into corners where you hid your own brilliance because you were afraid of being called proud. You are not proud for being visible. You are obedient for refusing to bury the talent I placed in you. Archangel Michael has guarded the doorway while you healed, and now the hinges of that door are oiled. You will hear opportunity knock again, and this time there will be no one beside you whispering fear into your ear. You will open, step through, and find favor waiting like a friend at a prepared table. You have been dreaming peculiar dreams, keys in your hands you cannot name, rooms with many doors. Water rising but never drowning you, a voice calling your name in a corridor that bends toward light. Do not ignore them. They are not random, they are instruction written in symbols. The keys are choices. The rooms are opportunities. The water is change that will carry you, not crush you. The corridor is the path I keep showing you, away from the cycle of rescue and regret, toward the rhythm of discipline and joy. You will know you are on the right path when your mind grows quiet even while the world gets loud, when your steps feel simple even while the road is full of intersections. That quiet is my presence. That simplicity is my guidance. Follow it and you will not be late for the life I promised. I am asking you to prepare for good news that looks, at first, like conflict. When boundaries appear, takers call them attacks. When you choose rest, users call it selfishness. When you stop explaining, controllers call it disrespect. Let them call it what they want, I call it alignment. Stand inside your yes and your no with gentleness and resolve. Do not slam doors, just lock them. Do not curse history, just outgrow it. Do not expend your breath arguing with people who need your confusion to keep their advantage. Smile lightly and step forward. I will take care of the explanations. I will defend you in rooms you never enter. I will seal the mouths of accusers with facts they cannot refute and grace they cannot understand. There is also an assignment tucked into this warning. I am calling you to steward the tenderness that remains in you. Do not let the revelation of someone's betrayal make you despise your own softness. Your kindness is not the problem, their misuse of it is. Your openness is not the danger, the lack of discernment around it was. And now I am giving you discernment. You will learn to set your table without mailing invitations to those who come only to eat, never to bring, never to bless. You will become a resting place for those who carry goodness, a lighthouse for those who need direction, and the light will not go out. I will make your name a reminder of safety to the right people and a rumor of accountability to the wrong ones. They will either adjust or move on. Either outcome is mercy. Do not be afraid of losses that are actually removals. I am pruning what cannot carry fruit so that what I planted can breathe and expand. You will watch certain patterns fall away as easily as a garment shrugs off your shoulders. The appetite for drama will lose its flavor. The taste for peace will become sweet and strong. You will notice how your body responds to honesty like it responds to sunlight. You will stand taller without thinking about it. The one who has been observing you with a mixture of envy and entitlement will find that their influence cannot cross the threshold I am drawing. They will push and find the ground is no longer theirs. They will reach and find that the strings they used to pull are cut clean. This is not because you fought them on their terms. It is because you allowed me to set the terms. I will also honor the tears you did not show anyone. The nights you stared at ceilings and asked if you were imagining the chill in the room that was once warm, I was gathering those tears like seeds. Now they are rising as a quiet harvest, moments of favor in places where you expected delay, swift answers where you expected to wait, joyful surprises that ring like small bells in the ordinary day. Expect to hear your name recommended in a conversation you are not part of. Expect to see a door open that you thought you had missed forever. Expect an apology, not because you demanded it, but because truth, once loosed, rearranges language itself. Some apologies will be silent, a change in behavior, a sudden respect for your time. Some will be spoken, and you will answer them with grace that does not restore access but releases bitterness. That grace is your shield and your crown. I am sending strengthening into your hands. The projects you left half-finished because discouragement gnawed at your focus will call you back, and this time your mind will not scatter at every distraction. You will set small deadlines and meet them with quiet satisfaction. You will handle practical things with a new competence, organizing what you own, clarifying what you owe, tracking what you permit. I delight in this kind of holiness too, the holiness of order, the holiness of honesty, the holiness of a budget that tells your money what to do instead of shame telling you what you cannot have. Watch how quickly peace follows practical obedience. Watch how swiftly anxiety loses its grip when you choose one clear step each day. To the one who has been waiting for love that does not confuse you, I have not forgotten. But I will not place a promise into hands that tremble at the thought of disappointing anyone who knocks. I am teaching your heart to recognize a voice that builds, not steals, a presence that shelters, not shadows. A touch that blesses, not brands. When I send love, you will know because rest will enter the room before words do. You will know because you will feel interesting to your own soul when you are with them, not erased, not exaggerated. You will know because my peace will not argue with your intuition, it will confirm it. Until then, let me remove the masks around you so your eyes remember what truth looks like. I want you to do something simple after you finish reading. Sit for a moment with your back straight and your shoulders unhooked from your ears. Breathe in the thought that you are protected. Breathe out the habit of over-explaining. Place your hand over your heart and speak this aloud. I agree with truth. I walk with light. I close every door that drains me. I bless and release what is not mine. I receive courage to keep my promises to myself. When you say this, you are not performing, you are aligning. Alignment is the language angels understand. Archangel Michael will recognize that consent, and the movement you need will begin. In the next stretch of days, notice the pattern of threes, 3 small confirmations pointing to the same conclusion, 3 invitations where only one deserves your yes, 3 memories resurfacing to be healed and finally put away. Notice how your energy rises after you make a choice that used to make you nervous. That rise is me announcing that you have stepped onto the right path. Do not rush, and do not stall. Walk. If you feel guilt tug at your sleeve because you are no longer available for the same drains, bless the guilt and keep walking. It will fade like a cloud that thought it was a mountain. I am not angry with you for taking so long to see what I am showing now. I was patient with your process because I know how deeply you love, how long you hope, how loudly your loyalty speaks. I honor that. I will not let that tenderness be the reason you are harmed. Let me teach you how to guard it without hardening it. Let me show you how to be wise without growing suspicious, generous without becoming a resource for manipulation, open without being exposed. This is possible. This is holy. This is the shape of your next chapter. Something serious was happening behind your back, but now something even more serious is happening at your back, my protection. The sword that stands behind you is not for intimidation, it is for boundary. The light that walks ahead of you is not for spectacle, it is for direction. The strength I am putting inside you will not make you loud, it will make you clear. When people ask what changed, you will not need to recite this message. They will hear it in the way you carry your yes and your no. They will see it in the way your eyes do not dart for approval anymore. They will feel it in the way you do not hurry to fill silences that are not yours to fill. You are safe to grow now. You are safe to tell the truth to yourself. You are safe to end what ends you. You are safe to open the door I am bringing to you. You are safe to rebuild your rhythms with rest, with work that matters, with voices that speak life. You are safe because I say you are, and when I declare safety, it is not an opinion, it is a decree. Walk forward. Keep your peace. Guard your wonder. Expect the unveiling. And when it arrives, when the mask falls, when the proof lands in your hand, when the conversation clears the fog, do not gloat, do not panic, do not spiral. Breathe. Thank me. Close the door gently. Then step into the room that has been waiting for you since the day I called your name. I am speaking to you now because your heart has been tugged at in the quiet moments, because the pull you feel is not your imagination, because I have set a guard over you and that guard is sounding the alarm. Archangel Michael is standing at your door with a sword of light drawn, not to frighten you, but to cut away the web of confusion that has been woven behind your back. You have sensed the draft in the room when no window was open, the subtle shift in conversations, the quick glance away when you stepped closer, the way certain promises sounded sweet but left a bitter aftertaste in your spirit. I am not revealing this to make you fearful, I am revealing this to make you free. The truth has never come to harm you. It comes to heal you. It comes to show you the path that is safe, the voice that is true, the choice that is yours and holy. Something serious is indeed happening behind your back, and I will show you how to stand, how to see, how to speak, and how to move so that the serious thing becomes a stepping stone rather than a snare. Listen to me with your inner ear. There has been a plan to drain your strength by 1,000 small cuts, not a single dramatic blow. Threads of doubt placed in your mind by familiar hands. Requests that look harmless stacked one on top of another until you carry a weight that is not yours. Smiles that hide envy. Advice that appears to protect you but subtly keeps you from growing. These are not strangers at your gate, these are the voices that learned your rhythm and tried to syncopate it, the footsteps that matched your pace just enough to steer you slightly off the road. Archangel Michael has watched the pattern, and now I am unveiling it to you. When I say behind your back, I do not mean merely in secret rooms, I mean in the unseen currents of expectation around you, the agreements you never signed but still felt bound by, the unspoken bargains that said you could have peace if you stayed small, you could keep their affection if you dimmed your light, you could be safe if you never changed. That is the contract I am tearing up today. The pressure to shrink has never been love. It has been fear wearing your friend's clothing. And I am not rebuking them, I am rescuing you. You have been faithful in small places. You have watered seed where no one else cared to bend down. I have seen you carry kindness in your hands like warm bread for those who were too cold to admit they were starving. The serious thing behind your back was counting on you not believing that I saw you. It calculated that if your kindness went unnoticed, it could turn your compassion into exhaustion and then into resentment. But I am not late. I am not distant. I am not diffused. I am here, immediate and precise. The ledger of your secret sowing is not kept in the hands of manipulators, but in mine, and I do not miscount. Michael is here as witness. Your harvest cannot be stolen. It can be delayed by distraction. It can be bruised by careless hands. But it cannot be stolen from the field that I fenced with my name. Today I put your name back on what is yours. Today I call back to you the energy that you scattered trying to be understood by those committed to misunderstanding you. Today I reroute the river to your roots. When I say be courageous, I do not mean become someone else. I mean become fully yourself. Courage is not a costume, it is consent to your own design. You have asked for signs, and I have placed them not only in front of you but within you. The tightness in your chest when certain invitations arrive is not ingratitude. It is intelligence. The sudden loss of clarity when you say yes too quickly is not a flaw, it is protection sounding its bell. Michael is turning you back toward the door I first opened, the path that felt simple but was called naive by complicated people. Hear me, simple is not small. Simple is aligned. The serious thing happening behind your back requires complex schemes to survive, because it cannot breathe in the clean air of honesty. That is why so many words were used when silence would have healed you, and why silence was deployed when a few true words would have freed you. The cure is not to debate the fog, the cure is to step into the light. Truth does not demand a courtroom. It demands a window. You are not obligated to remain in rooms you were invited into by flattery. You are not required to explain your boundaries to anyone who profits from you abandoning them. I will give you language that is both soft and immovable. This does not honor what I am building with God. Say it and watch pretenders retreat. Say it and watch genuine hearts lean closer. Say it and watch your time return to you. The clock they were racing was not the clock of destiny, it was the timer on their convenience. But I am the author of your seasons, and I do not rush masterpieces. Michael is clearing your calendar of counterfeit urgencies. He is writing a word on the door of your day, consecrated. That means your hours are not up for auction. It means your focus is wholly not because of pressure but because of purpose. You will do fewer things and they will bear more fruit. You will say fewer words and they will carry more weight. The serious thing behind your back loses power every time you choose clarity over approval. Now I will tell you something that will make your breath steady. You are not alone in this unveiling. I have assigned helpers to you, some you know and some you will meet when you stop performing. They have been waiting for you to put down the mask because they do not befriend costumes, they befriend souls. They carry keys that fit the next doors I am opening for you. But those doors will not respond to the keys of pretense. As you show your true face, I will show you true faces. As you stop apologizing for your calling, I will introduce you to those who feel at home within it. Michael has seen them practicing in secret for the roles they will play in your restoration. He has whispered your name to them in prayer, and even now hearts are being turned toward you with favor that is unpurchasable and unbribable. Fear tells you, if they knew the full story, they would leave. Truth replies, when they know the full story, they will stay. That is how you will know the difference between spectators and family. You have asked me why certain doors slammed after you worked so hard to reach them. Hear me, some doors were slammed by my hand because the room beyond them was staged to humiliate you. There were conversations scripted to strip you of the confidence I gave you. There were alliances waiting to sign papers in your name while pretending to celebrate you. I did not let you enter not because you were unworthy but because you are priceless. Michael stood with his sword before those thresholds and it angered the hosts who were preparing the banquet, for the banquet was bait. Do not mourn the tables you were not seated at. I prevented a feast that would have cost you your freedom. I am setting a table that does not require you to betray yourself to taste sweetness. And when you sit there, you will not be nervous, you will be nourished. You will not be watching the door, you will be present, because you will be with mine. It is time to walk with a new rhythm. Anxiety made you hurry, wisdom will make you timely. People who live by manipulation despise time because time exposes them, so they manufacture deadlines to force your consent. But you will answer to my timing now. When you move under my word, delays are not denials, they are calibrations. When you wait with me, waiting is not wasting, it is weaving strength back into your frame. The serious thing behind your back fed on your rush. It starved when you breathed slowly. Practice this with Michael beside you. Pause before you promise. Breathe before you answer. Ask your spirit what it knows before your mind writes the email your fear demands. Watch how quickly the fog thins. Watch how quickly you recognize the voice that spends you versus the voice that sends you. Now I will place my hand on your shoulder and mark you with a quiet authority. You will no longer hemorrhage energy trying to convince the unwilling. Your words will be sparing, your presence deliberate. You will listen for alignment rather than applause. When something is misaligned, you will feel it not as panic but as a subtle pull on your sleeve, and you will turn. Turning will not be dramatic, it will be decisive. You will not announce every boundary you set. You will simply live them. Those who benefited from your old exhaustion will call you cold, but the warmth you offer will be truer, because it will not be heat you borrow from tomorrow. It will be a hearth I maintain within you. From this hearth you will bless without depleting, create without collapsing, give without guilt, and rest without explanation. This is not selfishness, this is stewardship. You are not an endless well for other people's droughts. You are a river with banks, and that is why I trusted you with depth. I have also seen the way memory tried to indict you. Accusations arose from your own mind late at night. If you had been smarter, you would have avoided this. If you had been stronger, they would not have used you. I speak now to that courtroom and dismiss the case. Wisdom is not a birthright you missed, it is a gift arriving on schedule. Strength is not the absence of tenderness, it is tenderness anchored in truth. You were not used because you were weak, you were used because you were generous in a place that didn't deserve your generosity. Your generosity is not on trial. Consider how many lives were warmed by your open door. Consider how many mornings were redeemed by your hopeful messages. I will not let the enemy rewrite your history as a cautionary tale. I am keeping the pages where you were brave. I am keeping the pages where you were kind. I am editing the pages where you were silent and giving you words. Michael is bringing you the pen. Here is what will change next. Your environment will begin to reflect your inner clarity. Piles that you tolerated will suddenly become easy to sort. Tasks you avoided will lose their power to intimidate you. You will find yourself releasing objects, conversations, and commitments that no longer carry life. This is not impulsiveness, it is obedience. The serious thing behind your back relied on clutter, emotional clutter, digital clutter, relational clutter, to hide its movements. But order is light.